Alex Hollins does the sleep celebration.
Yes.
Talks about it in his halftime interview.
In the first half, you got that touchdown, and you have a couple of us curious on the TSN crew. What was with the celebration?
Had to put them to sleep. That's all. But, they woke back up, and they put some points up on the board, so we're going to try to come out in the second half and do that and execute.
Then Emilus copies his celebration after his TD in the third quarter. So he went back to the locker room and sat on that for a good 15 minutes. He came back and said, I'm going to prove a point. I thought Hollins' celebration was because he was so wide open. Like there was a bust in the coverage. And so he was saying like they slept on him. They weren't aware of what he was. That's how I read it. Then Emilus comes back and answers. Does it add a bit of extra fuel when you see another team throw a little sauce on the celebration?
100%, DB.
Wait.
100%.
Why?
These aren't robots out there. We're human beings.
Right, so we should have fun.
Oh, well, guess what? When you do that to my team, I want to do the same thing back, and really, I want to do more. And so it's not just about fun. It's not just about fun. Any player you talk to will let you know they take a mental note of everything that everybody else does.
So
I guarantee you
is there
that.
any like time score situation context in this? Because so if someone does an extra celebration, and I think we've talked about this before, and they're down big, I'm just like you're telling me about yourself. Like that this is your holy grail, that you're celebrating this, but like look at the scoreboard, homeboy. But I don't get mad. I just feel bad for that person. But you're telling me someone does a celebration and you're fired up. You should be fired up to 100. There's no 110. So how are you getting more jacked to do what you're handsomely paid to do, something that you love to do, and that you're motivated to? Now because someone went to sleep for 7 seconds in an end zone, now you have a point to prove?
There's celebrations and there's celebrations. And there's some celebrations.
What do you care?
There are some celebrations where you can just tell. You know what you're doing. Everybody that's on that field knows what they're doing.
They're not sleepwalking.
They know what they're doing.
He's literally
And
sleeping.
So you know what you're doing, and you know how it's going to affect and impact the other team. I'm telling you right now, we keep tabs. I've had a teammate before come to me and tell me, Henoc, you know what? I might take a penalty. I said, no, don't do it. Don't do it. And he was talking about something that happened 2 years prior.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
He needs a therapist. Is what
Probably
he needs.
does. He probably does. But guess what? We remember. We see. Just because we don't react right away, we see it too. And so a lot of the times, what you do, sometimes you're going to get it back.
Listen.
Because it's a different thing. If you just go around and say high five to your teammates, good throw. Good, that's regular.
Who does high fives? What are you talking about high fives?
A lot of people do high fives.
High fives.
High fives.
They put their hand up like this and touch palms.
Plenty of people.
Oh, come on.
You dap up your man. That's fine. All I'm saying is, when you go beyond that and you're doing all this stuff, people know. I listen. Maybe I'm just talking about myself. Maybe I need therapy, DB.
I mean,
but all I'm saying is, a lot of my teammates, people that I played with, and guys that are on the field, they see everything that happens, and you remember. And if it's not this game, it's gonna be the next one we play. And if it's not the next one, it's gonna be playoff time. I'm telling you right now, that happens all the time.
Okay.
You ever see the players, right, that stay at the end of a game and they stay and they watch the other, typically at the end of like big celebration, big games, or whether it's a playoff or a finals or a championship game, when they stay, it's not just because they're thinking about the mistakes or shortcomings or things that happen during the game. They want to see it because you utilize that as fuel.
I think we're talking about now two totally different things. Visualizing a confetti falling down moment is different than getting upset because someone fell asleep in the end zone as a celebration. For Emilus to be mad that Hollins slept in the end zone, so then thus he's going to sleep in the end zone, to me makes no sense. If Emilus is mad at anybody, it should be at the 5 DBs who had no idea that Hollins was on the field. That's who he should be mad at.
If I'm a DB, I appreciate you, Emilus.
How?
Right? You got to find a way. Thank you for getting them back.
You're taking a highlighter and highlighting the fact that we let this man score.
Listen, we're a team. If you do that to one of us, you do that to all of us. That's how it rolls. That's just how it rolls. And at the end of the day, at this level, at this stage, in this stage, You got to find different ways to fuel yourself. And if it's going to be just because you didn't like what that other team did and what type of celebration they had, I'm okay with it.
No.
I'm completely okay with it.
I'm not okay with it because you should be all fueled up. You should have plugged in EV charger at 100.
And you can always utilize some type of fuel that comes at any point in the game. And if it's going to be because that team celebrated this bad, or we're talking about celebration, but sometimes I've seen it plenty of times. I'm a defensive player, and the opposing defense goes and hits my receiver extremely hard and starts celebrating. I want to get on and do the same thing to your offense.
Oh, so you're not self-motivated?
Absolutely am.
Wait. Because let's roll back the tape. When Henoc was giving us coaches speak, talking about at this point the Argos are only competing with themselves. They're not competing with the opponent, and they're just trying to get better, 2% better every day.
That's right.
So now all of a sudden someone celebrates a single play. And you're not competing with yourself anymore? You're competing with the alleged disrespect from someone from enjoying their job? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm not. It doesn't change the fact that I want to be better than my previous game. That I want to be better as a team. That we want to improve, regardless of who we're playing against. I'm saying,
how much do you want to be better? What percent?
2%. 2% every day. 2%.
You guys are not math majors.
2%
Maybe that's the problem. There's too much room to get better.
Listen, it's not a big. It's huge. Coach did when he did it. He put it on the wall. It's in the locker room. As soon as we walk in every day, it's 2%. We want to be 2% better. All I'm saying.
But then when someone celebrates against you, you want to be 3% better?
That's not
what you're saying.
No,
3.5.
I'm saying that it is fueling me to do even more.